Okay, leaving a marriage is, well, it's never easy, is it? But what happens when that marriage looks absolutely perfect to everyone on the outside? When you have the house, the stability, the great social life, but deep down, something just feels profoundly wrong. Today, we're going to dive into this incredibly complex and honestly pretty isolating experience, step by step. This is the central question, right? It's that really jarring conflict between how your life appears and how it actually feels. You might feel guilty. You might feel confused, thinking, I should be happy. Why am I not happy? And listen, if you're feeling this way, you are so not alone. It's way more common than you might think. There's actually a name for this, the successful marriage paradox. And just giving a label to this painful gap, this feeling, can be incredibly validating. It confirms that what you're experiencing isn't strange or wrong. It's a recognized emotional state where what's on the outside just doesn't line up with your truth on the inside. So, if you find yourself stuck in this paradox, where do you even begin? The answer isn't with lawyers or jumping into those really difficult conversations just yet. It actually starts with you. The journey has to be inward first, a process of honest and, yeah, sometimes pretty difficult self-reflection. So to start that journey, you've got to get really specific with yourself. Is it a general sense of unfulfillment, like your own personal growth has just kind of stalled? Is it more of a disconnection from your partner, where you feel distant even when you're in the same room? Or maybe, is it that you're just evolving into a different person and your paths are starting to diverge? Answering these questions for yourself, that's the crucial first step. And that leads to a really critical distinction you have to make. Is this a rough patch? A temporary dissatisfaction that's really a signal that something needs to change inside the marriage? Or is it something deeper, a fundamental incompatibility that points to a need for both of you to grow, but separately? One requires working together. The other might just require letting go. Right, so once you've got some clarity for yourself, then comes, well, probably the most daunting step of all, talking to your partner. This conversation is absolutely pivotal, and how you approach it can make all the difference for both of you moving forward. Look, in this moment, respect and transparency they're non-negotiable. Because the marriage looks so successful from the outside, your partner might be completely blindsided by this. They deserve the dignity of hearing your truth explained from your perspective without feeling like they're being attacked. And this might be the single most important communication tool you have in your pocket. Instead of saying something like, "You don't make me happy," which is an accusation, right? It just invites defensiveness. Try owning your own feelings. Something like, "I feel I need to grow in a different direction." See the difference? It's an expression of your personal truth. It's about your journey, not their failure. Okay, so after all that heavy emotional work and those tough conversations, you have to get practical. The logistics of separating can feel so overwhelming, but breaking them down into real, manageable steps, that's what makes the path forward feel a whole lot clearer. Just think of this as your basic roadmap. First up, get legal clarity. Don't guess, talk to a professional so you understand the real implications. Second, take a clear-eyed look at your finances. And third, plan the logistics, especially if there are kids involved, to minimize disruption as much as you possibly can. This isn't about being cold, it's about being responsible. So, the decision's been made, the plans are in motion, but let's be real, the journey is not over, not by a long shot. Navigating the emotional and social fallout is a critical phase, and it needs just as much care and attention as the decision itself did. And here's the thing, you absolutely cannot do this alone. This is the time to lean on your support system, those friends who will listen without judgment. It's also a really good time to talk with a therapist who can offer some neutral guidance. And crucially, practice compassion for your partner who is also hurting and for yourself. You are both navigating a profound loss. And all of this, it kind of brings us back full circle, right? It's time to really challenge that external label of success. A truly successful life isn't about checking boxes for other people. It's about living in a way that feels authentic and allows for your own personal growth and genuine fulfillment. That internal validation is always, always more important. I really want you to just sit with this for a second. This reframe is so powerful because an ending is not the same thing as a failure. What if a marriage ending isn't a failure at all, but a completion? A chapter that served its purpose, taught you both some valuable lessons, and is now over, making way for what's next. Releasing that idea of failure is the key to letting go of the guilt. So, when you boil it all down, this is really the foundation for getting through this whole difficult journey. Honesty with yourself, first and foremost, respect for your partner, careful, practical planning for the future, and above all, a real commitment to living an authentic life.
And that leaves us with one last really important question. And it's not just about relationships, it's about your entire life. Just take a moment to think about it. Beyond what society says, beyond what your family expects, what does a truly successful life actually look and feel like to you?